Here are 5 of the most commonly given pieces of fat loss advice I see online that are misguided, counterproductive, or just unhelpful. And if we've never met before, my name is Matteo. This is my dog Kiba. I've lost 50 pounds now twice in my life, and I spent the last 8 years helping guys lose fat, get in shape, and build muscle using a simplified approach. Now, the first piece of advice I see all the time is eat less, move more. While this tip is technically correct advice for someone who wants to lose weight, I just don't think that most people realize how plainly unhelpful it is. Imagine someone who's going through some financial hardship, who's struggled to make ends meet for most of their life because they never learned the skills necessary to manage their money properly. They've always been living paycheck to paycheck, they're always living outside their means, and they're probably feeling some kind of embarrassment, shame, or even a sense of helplessness about figuring out their finances. But descending from the heavens comes a shining knight of wisdom, inspiration, and hope, wearing a designer brand outfit, holding a shimmering golden tablet that reads, "Spend less, earn more." Oh my God, why didn't I think of that sooner? Or at a powerlifting meet where you're grinding out a squat, trying not to let it fold you in half, and everyone in the audience is like, up, up, up. Oh, my bad, bro. I was struggling because I was thinking down, not up. For all the people watching who create content for their clients or other people, it's a lot more helpful to share actionable information so people can take what they're learning and go home and actually get some results for themselves. Maybe they try out your new method of doing things and they make some progress. They like it a little bit better, and then they'll be eager to come back and watch your next video so they can learn something else. And if you tried something you learned from one of my videos, then leave a comment below letting us know. I'm always curious to hear what people are actually doing, and it might be helpful for some other guys who could learn from you. Now, for the guys watching who know they need to do some combination of moving more and eating less, but struggle to actually do it, then here's what I want you to do. Pick a specific strategy to help you move more each day, like setting a daily step goal, joining an active hobby like a hiking group, or building a workout routine that you can actually stick to. Then pick a specific strategy to help you eat less food each day, whether that's just centering your diet around fruits and veggies and legumes and lean meats, or fasting until noon, or setting a specific calorie target and journaling what you eat each day. The real important thing here is just to avoid being vague. The second piece of unhelpful advice I see everywhere is to ignore your scale weight. At the end of the day, your scale weight doesn't really matter all that much, right? It's really just a representation of how much force you are exerting on the earth at any given moment. It doesn't tell you anything about how your body fits and feels into the clothes you wear. It doesn't tell you about how strong you are, how much muscle or how much fat you carry. And it doesn't tell you about how happy you are with where you're at with your body when you look in the mirror. But it's a valuable tool that can help you improve all those things. Losing weight is the most effective tool you have for losing fat. Just imagine with me for a second that your body runs on money instead of calories. Working out, going for walks, cleaning the house, and just being alive each day. All that stuff costs money. And when you eat food, you receive a sum of money based on how much food you ate. Some foods provide a lot of money for each bite, and some foods provide less. Your body fat is like a fanny pack full of coins that you carry around. Every single day, your body is exchanging coins when you eat and when you're active. You're gaining and you're spending. If you give your body more coins than it spends each day, then the money in your bag grows over time. But when you stop giving your body enough money to maintain its current spending habits, you're going to need to dip into that fanny pack in order to find that money from somewhere. As you dip into that bag of coins week after week, the number of coins that you're carrying will be decreased and your body weight will decrease along with it. So weight loss is really a byproduct of fat loss. And it's useful to measure your body weight because it's a simple and reliable proxy you can use to monitor your fat loss progress. Not losing any weight over the past few months? You're probably not losing a significant amount of fat. And yes, there are some caveats like body water fluctuations that will affect what you see on the scale, but if you continue to lose fat week after week, those fluctuations are going to continue to occur, but they'll be in a much lower range. So if you used to see your body weight swing between 205 and 210, but after 6 weeks it's just swinging between 190 and 195, then that's progress, right? But what if you're gaining muscle? Won't that show up on the scale too? Yeah, muscle is weighed when you step on the scale too, but muscle gain is much slower than fat loss. Think about it. You're unlikely to build 10 pounds of actual muscle tissue in the same period of time that it would take you to lose 10 pounds of body fat. So you're probably going to still see the scale moving in the right direction if you are losing a significant amount of fat. On top of all this, the scale doesn't need to be the only measurement that you use. ¿Por qué no los dos? If you've only lost 5 pounds in the last 2 months, but your clothes are fitting tight around your shoulders and your arms, and all your strength performance is going up in the gym, and your progress pictures are looking night and day different, then Yeah, that's a pretty good sign, right? But it's not a reason to ignore your body weight. So step on the scale consistently to help you measure your fat loss progress. You'll feel more motivated when you see results happening week to week, and you'll be able to start troubleshooting early if things aren't working, so you don't get 3 months into this process and wonder why you still look the same. Piece of advice number 3 is to just cut carbs, bro. I see at least 10 comments per week below some of my posts that go something along the lines of, just stop overcomplicating things, bro. Just cut out the carbs, your insulin, your blood sugar will drop, and blah, blah, blah. The fat will just melt off you. I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball in here because even though I don't think it's the best piece of advice, it does end up having a positive impact for some people. Because a lot of people will hear the word carbs and think pizza, croissant, cake, even though those foods actually contain more calories from fats than they do from carbs. But if junk food Jimmy hears that he needs to cut back on carbs, so he reduces his Pizza Hut frequency from 6 nights a week to 1 night a week, then that's dope. But for anyone who eats a healthier diet and gets most of their carbs from things like strawberries, bread, carrots, potatoes, oatmeal, and rice, and they give up carbs, then they're giving up a huge portion of what makes their diet satisfying and realistic for them to eat. Those people give up carbs for real and then wonder why their energy is so crappy in their workouts. They wonder why they look the same even though they lost 15 pounds in a week. And then they splurge on a sushi dinner on a Sunday night, gain all the weight back, and give up because they feel like nothing's working. Carbs help you train harder, recover from your workouts, and build more muscle. They're also a huge part of almost everyone's diet on this planet, and they taste amazing. So if you can find a way to eat that helps you lose weight consistently without giving up some of those fun foods in moderation or without giving up carbs for real, you'll find that you can actually stick to the process long enough in order to see the significant visual fat loss results that you want. And it's probably gonna feel a lot easier too. Piece of advice number 4 is to just eat healthy or stop eating when you're full. Let's be real here. Just about everyone knows what healthy eating is. But how many people do you know who eat healthy but can't seem to lose weight? That's because it's possible to eat enough healthy food to maintain your body weight. This is definitely gonna help a lot of people move in the right direction, but for the guy who feels like he's just tried everything and nothing will work, this just won't cut it. It's the same type of advice as saying, in order to have a happy relationship, you need to spend quality time with your partner. And some people will be like, okay, yeah, I know exactly what that means. I can do that. But for people who are struggling to connect with their partner or even just make an effort to improve their relationship, they're not going to do very well with something that general. They need a more distinct set of guidelines to start taking action. And that action leads to improvements, which leads to more motivation, which leads to more action, and the cycle continues, just like weight loss. In the same vein here, we have just eat until you're satisfied and not until you're stuffed, which is great advice for people who are acutely aware of their hunger and fullness signals and don't struggle with emotional eating. But people who carry a large amount of excess fat or people who've been overweight for a very long time are likely to experience some degree of appetite dysregulation. You might feel like you're just always hungry no matter what you eat or how much you eat. And that's like me. I've always had a big appetite. I've always been a big eater. And I feel like I could always eat and I just get hungry in between meals. I think I am genetically predisposed to just be a heavier dude. And being able to eat intuitively to maintain your body weight or lose body weight is just not a set of skills that everyone has, especially people who've been struggling to lose weight for years. So instead of saying, be sure to spend quality time with your partner, we should be saying, schedule 1 evening per week to spend 1 to 2 hours with your partner doing something fun. And in the case of losing fat, it could be something like, use my free weight loss calculator, linked in the description box below, to estimate your energy requirements, and then keep track of your calorie intake each day to keep your calories within the right neighborhood so that you're losing weight at a rate of roughly 0.5 to 1% of your body weight each week. You don't have to track your calories every day for the rest of your life. And you don't have to schedule a date night every week for the remainder of your relationship. But it's a good set of training wheels to get you moving in the right direction while you develop the skills to do it more intuitively later down the road if you want to. Piece of advice number 5 is you are eating too little to lose weight. Nobody has ever failed to lose weight because they ate too few calories. You may have failed to stick to your diet for long enough because you set your calories too low, or you might run into some of the other issues that come up when you drop your calorie intake too far below your maintenance level. I covered those in a video about a month ago called 5 warning signs your calories are too low. But this whole idea that you need to feed your body more calories in order to help it burn fat is not going to help you lose weight. I mean, think about the money analogy we covered earlier. Is it possible that spending too little money could be hurting your savings account? So here's a foolproof way to figure out exactly how many calories you should be eating in order to lose weight. You can either use my free weight loss calculator in the description box, or just multiply your body weight in pounds by 10. Then download a calorie tracking app and journal everything you eat for the next 2 weeks, keeping your calorie intake in the right neighborhood. My personal favorite app for this is Macro Factor. I've logged my nutrition for the last 700 days or something consistently, and you can use my last name code Marra, M-A-R-R-A, for an extended 2-week free trial. You'll also want to pick a daily step goal that you can hit consistently, at least for the next 2 weeks. Then track your body weight every day, first thing in the morning before having any food or water, after using the bathroom in minimal clothing. Then I want you to find the average of your first 7 days of weigh-ins and the last 7 days of your weigh-ins, and you're going to find the difference between those two numbers. This will show you a good representation of your weight loss progress. If you're not losing weight, get consistent and accurate with your calorie tracking first. Once you have that nailed, you can reduce your calorie intake by 10% or increase your daily step goal by about 1,500 steps, and then just wait another 2 weeks and repeat as needed. Eventually, you're going to find the right amount of food that you need to eat in order to lose fat at the rate you want. Losing fat is not easy, but that doesn't mean that it has to be complicated. Outline a specific plan to lose the weight you want to lose, then evaluate your progress at the end of every week, and adjust your behaviors or the plan as needed until you're moving in the right direction at the rate you want. You fucking got this, man. I believe in you. As always, thank you so much for watching. Links to all my stuff in the description box, and be sure to thumbs up this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel so I can see you in the next one. Peace.